Medical Coordinator, Rue Martin. Head Clubhouse Manager, Ben Garrett. The Assistant Clubhouse Manager, Cam Ellison. And Team Chaplain, Tyrone Edwards. Non-starters for the Evansville Otters. 18, John Beamer. Number 13, Parker Bronze. Number 8, Johan Castillo. Number 66, Kevin Davis. Number 29, Leone De La Cruz. Number 50, Tim Holgrafer. Number 35, Hunter Cookey. Number 21, James Cribb. Number 27, Jake Lysick. Number 24, Zach Smith. Number 20, Justin Watland. Number 5, Justin Felix. Number 10, Jake Green. Number 2, Austin Post. And number 46, Brady Tanksley. Now let's meet the starters for your Evansville Otters. The Edward Jones leadoff batter, the center fielder, number 9, Noah Myers. Batting second, the second baseman, number 1, Ethan Stinder. Batting third and catching, number 7, Dakota Phillips. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 33, Jeffrey Baez. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 19, Kona Fuego. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 28, Yomar Reyes. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 45, Gary Nettis. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 6, George Calais. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 12, Brian Rosario. Pitching for the Evansville Otters, left-handed pitcher, number 34, Brandon Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, the Evansville Otters. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America's freedom, those who now protect it, and pay tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice with the singing of our national anthem, this evening performed by Bobby Shipman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
For the first time in 4 years, there's playoff baseball at historic Bosse Field. It's Game 1 of the Frontier League Divisional Series between the Evansville Otters and the Gateway Grizzlies. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bosse Field in Evansville, Indiana for Evansville Otters baseball on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports. Griffin Epstein here on a beautiful evening. A big crowd on hand. It's been 4 long years since the Otters hosted a playoff game here at home, but that wait is over. Best of 3 series between the winners of the West, the Grizzlies, and the Otters, who finished 3rd in the West and took down Schaumburg in a 1-game wildcard game on Tuesday outside of Chicago. Best of 3 series. This is the only game scheduled for Bosse Field. A middle game of the series will be played Saturday evening at Grizzlies Ballpark, and then, if needed, a series decider on Sunday evening in Gateway. Winner of this faces Quebec or New Jersey in the Frontier League Championship Series. Otters and Grizzlies, they played a lot of good baseball games this year. Grizzlies lead the series 5-4, but 4 of the 5 wins for Gateway were all by 1 run. These teams just played last week, so pitchers, batters, everyone very familiar with each other. The Grizzlies took the first 3 games of the series before the Otters took the series finale, which clinched their playoff spot. But the Grizzlies, 2 wins and a doubleheader on Wednesday, both by walk-off, and both with the Otters were an out away from winning. So these teams have been very competitive against each other, and we're expecting another exciting series between really a matchup of contrasts. Gateway, the best offensive team in the Frontier League, or in the Frontier League West, second in batting average in the league with a .294 batting average, while the Otters, it's all been about pitching all season, a 4.07 ERA, best in the division, second best in the Frontier League. Well, let's meet the starting lineups for both sides tonight. First for the Gateway Grizzlies, 59 and 37 on the year, the winners of the West, and they're playing their first playoff game here today since 2012. Jairus Richards, All-Frontier League outfielder, will lead off for Gateway and play right field. Eric Rivera bats second and plays center field. Peter Zimmerman batting third and the designated hitter. Clint Freeman in the cleanup spot will play first base. Andrew Penner bats fifth and plays second base. DJ Stewart in the 6th spot and playing third base. Bottom 3 in the Grizzlies lineup: Mark Vierling, the shortstop, Cole Brandon, the left fielder, and Alex Hernandez, the catcher, rounds out the lineup for Gateway. The righty Lucas Weinbergs is on the mound today for the Grizzlies, 9-3 with a 4.54 ERA, and as the Otters are taking the field here at Bosse Field, Weinbergs, what a last outing he had against the Otters. It was 2 Tuesdays ago in the first game of that series in Sauget, Illinois, Grizzlies Ballpark. He pitched a complete game shutout, allowed just 6 hits with 9 strikeouts. For the Otters, their starting lineup this evening, they're 52 and 44 on the season. Noah Myers will lead off and play center field. Ethan Skinder batting second and playing second base. Dakota Phillips bats third and catches. Jeffrey Baez in the cleanup spot and playing right field. Kona Quiggle bats fifth and plays first base. Yomar Reyes batting sixth and playing third base. Bottom 3 in the Otters lineup: Gary Mattis, the left fielder, George Khalil, the shortstop, and Brian Rosario, the designated hitter, rounding out the lineup for Evansville. The lefty Braden Scott is on the mound today for the Otters. He's a Hoosier native, grew up in Jasonville, Indiana, 100 miles north here of Bosse Field, and he's had an excellent season for the Otters, 4-1 with a 3.43 ERA, 52 strikeouts to just 17 walks. 4 of his 8 starts this year have been quality outings, and he's coming off a terrific start last Friday against Schaumburg, where he allowed just 3 hits and 1 run in 6 innings and a win. Around the diamond around Scott, it's Dakota Phillips, the all-star behind the plate. Kona Quiggle is at first base. Ethan Skinder at second. George Khalil at short. Yomar Reyes at third base. In the outfield, Gary Mattis in left, Noah Myers in center, and Jeffrey Baez in right field. No surprises for the Otters fielders. Scott is ready on the bump. Jairus Richards, the leadoff batter for Gateway, walking into the left-handed batter's box. And after 4 years of waiting, playoff baseball is back at Bosse. Scott's first pitch home. It sails high, and we're underway. It's a fine evening for baseball, 74 degrees, not much humidity. Here comes the 1-0. It sails high again. 2 balls and no strikes. Shadows and sun shouldn't play a factor. Heavy overcast skies, but not expecting any rain. Scott on the third base side of the rubber kicks and fires. Richards takes on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. A little bit of wind blowing out to right field, but just 5 miles per hour. Richards is going to call time. The umpires for this Frontier League Divisional Series, Mike Weinstein is behind home plate. Mike Fitcher is at third base, and Jim Shaley is at first. Both these teams, Otters and Grizzlies, very familiar with these 3 umpires. The 2-1 misses low. 3 balls and 1 strike to Richards. Great crowd here at Bosse Field. Many fans still filing in on this Thursday night. 3-1. A breaking ball at the top of the zone for a strike. And Scott worked it full against Richards. Lefty on lefty matchup here. The start of the Frontier League Divisional Series. The payoff home. A flare into shallow right. A few steps back is Skinner under the baseball, and he makes the catch. 1 out. Otters are wearing their home blue tops today, blue uniforms. Otters written in white, script across the chest, white numerals on the back, white pants with a blue belt. It's a blue hat for the Otters with a white front, blue brim, and the blue E logo on the front. Braden Scott's white pants going all the way down to his ankles, blue socks peeking out just underneath his shoes. First pitch to Eric Rivera is hit hard into left. Back is Gary Mattis, reaches up the glove and makes the catch. Rivera swinging on the first pitch, hit it hard, but right to Madison left. 2 away for Braden Scott here in the top of the first, and it brings up the righty designated hitter Peter Zimmerman. Just underway, game number 1 of a best-of-3 Frontier League West Divisional Series. Winner on to the championship series. 2 outs, nobody on for Peter Zimmerman. The righty takes the first pitch strike at the top of the letters from Braden Scott. 4-pitch mix for Scott. Fastball, cutter, slurve, and changeup. He loves his slurve. That's his put-away pitch. The 0-1 is the slurve inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Scott sizes the shoulders at the belt. Side steps, kicks, and delivers. And slice foul right side over the roof of Bosse and out of play. 1-2. All natural surface here at Bosse Field. One of only two in the Frontier League West here at Bosse, at Wintrust Field in Schaumburg, where the Otters just were. 1-2, poked right side and foul.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by Ed's Construction. Choose the best.
Evansville's first home game in over a week. Finished on the road with a 7-game road trip and then winning the wild card game on the road at Schaumburg. Gateway has had half a week off. 1-2 is hit hard down the left field line, but foul and onto the concourse. Grizzlies won their final series of the regular season over Lake Erie. Last played on Sunday at home. Watched at home on Tuesday night as the Otters come from behind victory to take down the Boomers in the winner-take-all wild card. 1-2, misses high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on, just underway in the top of the first. No score between the Otters and the Grizzlies. Two home. Swing and a miss. Fastball up from Scott. Strikes out Zimmerman, and it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Braden Scott to start the Frontier League West Divisional Series. The Otters bats take the field for the first time on the other side. You're watching the Frontier League West Divisional Series on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
All right, first game up is Troney's Pizza Race. We got 4 guys getting ready to run, and if you're ready, 3, 2, 1, go! That's Cooper, that's Braylon, that's Riker, it's Kyler. You're all seeing who's the best pizza delivery racer we've got today. Who is it gonna be from start to finish? It looks like Braylon is your winner. Give them all a nice round of applause. And hey, give that guy upstairs a round of applause. His name is Zane.
Thanks, Stephen. Great to have you back at the ballpark for postseason baseball. Pitcher catcher battery for the Gateway Grizzlies. This fine birds is on the mound. Lex Hernandez.
Welcome back to Bosse Field. Bottom of the first inning. Game number 1 of the West Divisional Series between the Grizzlies and the Otters. Evansville's bats headed to bat here in the bottom of the first of a scoreless ball game, and the righty Lucas Weinberg's on the bump tonight for Gateway, the second-year rookie from Pinckney, Michigan. 9-3 on the season with a 4.54 ERA. He's making his 20th start of the year. 103 innings pitched for the Grizzlies, 90 strikeouts to just 31 walks, and he has really been excellent since the All-Star break. It's been now 7 straight starts for Weinberg's. He's gone at least 6 innings, and we mentioned in the pregame show, Weinberg's dominant against the Otters in his last start 2 Tuesdays ago, a 9-inning shutout performance. He struck out 9 batters, allowed just 6 hits, no runs, 2 walks. Weinberg's has pitched a quality start in now 6 straight outings. So pitching his best baseball of the season. Colin Sullivan has been the ace most of the year for Gateway, but it's Weinberg's getting the nod in the Grizzlies playoff opener. His first pitch on to the Rookie of the Year, Noah Myers, is in for a strike on the outside corner. Myers batting lefty, hitting .322 on the season. Weinberg's winds the head, arms over the head, and comes home. A breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball, slider, cutter, changeup, and splitter for Weinberg's. A versatile pitcher, the 1-1. Sails high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Alex Hernandez is behind the plate for Gateway. Clint Freeman at first, Andrew Penner at second, Mark Vierling at short, and DJ Stewart at third base. 2-1 pitch. Fastball outside, 3-1. Cole Brannon in left, Eric Rivera in center, and Jairus Richards in right field. Bottom of the first, no score. Game number 1 of the West Divisional Series. 3-1 is hit hard and high into right. Back is Richards, reaching up the glove and makes the catch. What a play by Jairus Richards along the warning track and holding on to the ball as he bounced up against the wall. He snow-coned that ball. Just caught it in the webbing of his mitt. Richards, Frontier League postseason All-Star outfielder. One of the better fielders and big bats in the league, with a great play for Gateway here in their first playoff game since 2012. Ethan Skinner ready, steps in, took a first pitch ball. The 1-0 is chopped up the middle and through, base hits. Just to the left of the second base bag, past the shortstop Vierling and into center, and Ethan Skinner stays hot with a base hit up the middle. Skinner coming into these playoffs, hitting .290 over the final 10 games of the regular season. He's really found his best self over the last couple weeks of the regular season. That's his second hit now of the postseason. So Skinner at first with 1 out and brings up the Otters all-star catcher, the lefty Dakota Phillips. Weinberg's out of the stretch, delivers. Breaking ball outside, delayed steal by Skinner down to second. He's in safely. Delayed steal as Hernandez tried to frame up the ball, and Skinner with a good read, and a tag by Vierling nowhere near in time. Skinner had 22 stolen bases in the regular season. He has his first of the postseason. Just like that, the Otters are runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The 0-1 misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. The sun is peeking out behind the clouds. Haven't seen much of the sun today. Bouncing off the Crawford Door building in center. Possible it could cause an issue for Rivera in center field. If he went far enough back, the sun might be in his eyes, but he's the only one on the field where that could be an issue. 1-1, fouled straight back. No score in the bottom of the first, game number 1 of the FLDS, Frontier League Divisional Series. Big crowd here at Bosse Field, first home playoff game in 4 years. 1-2. Sliced off the end of the bat, softly hit left side, gloved by Stewart, the third baseman, across the body to first, easily in time, 2 away. Oh, was hit very softly. Stewart, who really impressed me, his play at third base last week when the Otters saw him, and the Grizzlies. 5-3 ground out, 2 away. Skinner does advance to third base, 2 outs, and it brings up the ready right fielder, Jeffrey Baez. Baez had a 2-hit night on Tuesday night in the wild card game at Schaumburg. First pitch home from Weinberg is a looping breaking ball. Misses inside, 1-0. Weinberg's working out of the stretch, looking in for the side from Hernandez. High set at the chest. Kicks and delivers. Chopped up the middle, diving the shortstop, barreling past his glove into center. Skinner scores with a fist bump. 1-0 Otters. Just like Tuesday night, the Otters strike first. 1-0 Otters in the bottom of the first. Jeffrey Baez, 2 RBIs on Tuesday night in the first game of the postseason for the Otters, comes through with a 2-out RBI base hit here in the bottom of the first. Brings up the lefty batter, Kona Quiggle. First pitch home, looping breaking ball, sails high, 1-0. Back and forth Tuesday wildcard game for the Otters. Do or die against the Boomers. Otters scored first in the first inning. Schaumburg would take 2 separate leads, but Evansville would score 2 in the 8th to eventually win the game. 1-0. Fastball misses outside. 2-0. Otters have had a habit of scoring early of late. When Evansville scores first, 42-16 on the season. Baez a 2-stride lead at first and the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball falling out of the zone by Weinbergs. Evansville trying to take game number 1 of this divisional series. And it would mean they head to Gateway for a game 2 on Saturday. They only need to win 1. Could play as many as 2. The 2-1 misses high. 3 balls and 1 strike. 7:05 first pitch on Saturday, if needed. 7:05 first pitch on Sunday, both in Sauget, Illinois, just outside of St. Louis at Grizzlies Ballpark. 3-1 count to Quiggle. Weinberg peeks over his shoulder at Baez at first. Sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Quiggle swinging out of his shoes at a breaking ball up in the zone. And Quiggle will call time. Two outs, runner at first, and a full count to Quiggle. 1-0 Otters at the bottom of the first. Sullivan nods and the payoff. Swing and a miss. Big fastball blown by Quiggle and a strikeout for Weinbergs and the first. The Otters, though, take an early lead. Skinner, a base hit, a stolen base, and Jeffrey Baez brings them home with an RBI knock. End of the first, 1-0 Otters on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Cooper, Braylon, all battling for prizes courtesy of Shepherd Insurance. And a lot of our kids today are going to win popcorn instead of free tickets to the upcoming games. The guys are, come on, get in that bag. Get in that bag. Get in that. All right, they're ready. 3, 2, 1, go! Asher, Cooper, and Braylon. Oh, one goes down. It's almost a dead heat. We'll go to the video replay. See who our winner is, and thanks to Shepherd Insurance, they are the one-stop shop for all your commercial, personal, benefits, and financial insurance. Ready relationship, finding solutions, protecting you at Shepherd Insurance.
Frontier League Baseball on Flow Sports is presented by Budweiser, the king of beers. First inning of the Frontier League West Divisional Series completes. The Otters won, the Grizzlies nothing. Braden Scott worked a 1-2-3 first inning for Evansville. Back on the bump for the top of the second with a little bit of run support. Jeffrey Baez, an RBI single for Evansville in the first. Lefty Clint Freeman leads off. First pitch home from Scott, misses outside, 1-0. Scott working on the far third base side of the rubber. Brown beige glove as he sidesteps and delivers. Swing and a miss by Freeman. 1-1. It's an electric Grizzlies offense. Led the West. The .294 batting average. 6.5 runs per game was third best. And the name of the game for the Grizzlies, speed. 1-1. Smashed up the middle and down a base hit. Line drive lands in shallow center and picked up by Myers there. That ball was ripped by Freeman. You can hear it off the sound of the bat. It's going to be one of the harder hit balls likely all night. A single up the middle. And speaking of speed, this is where Gateway becomes dangerous. You put runners on and they steal bases more than anyone else has ever done so in Frontier League history. 236 stolen bases in the regular season. Ready Andrew Penner stands in. The first pitch home. A strike at the top of the zone for the former Otter. 1-on, nobody out on the top of the second. Otters lead 1-0. Scott working out of the stretch. Long look into his battery partner, Dakota Phillips. Looks back at first and the 0-1. Breaking ball misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillips catching Braden Scott. The 8th consecutive start to be the battery partner in all the Scott starts so far this season. 1-1. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now Richards, or Freeman I should say at first, not one of the bigger threats to steal for Gateway, but so many of players up and down the Grizzlies lineup with great speed. Really can cause a lot of chaos on the base pass. It's been the trademark of Steve Brooks' squad. 2-1, popped up high in the air down the right field line. Jeffrey Baez racing over. The edge of the foul line makes the catch. Penner flies out to Baez and right. He made the catch with his right foot right on the edge of the right field foul line. 1 away. Freeman stays at first, and it brings up the ready third baseman DJ Stewart. 1-0 Otters here in the top of the second in game number 1 of the West Divisional Series. Lefty on ready matchup. Scott home and a breaking ball inside, and it hit Stewart. It hit Dakota Phillips as well. Took not 1 but 2 boinks. I think it hit off the thigh of DJ Stewart. Got more Dakota Phillips than it did as Stewart, but a hit by pitch, and the Grizzlies have 2 aboard here with 1 out in the second. The first time Scott dealing with the runner in scoring position. Freeman at second, Stewart at first. It brings up the righty shortstop Mark Vierling. Scott looks home and the pitch. Looping breaking ball, misses high, 1-0. Braden Scott has had a terrific season for the Otters as Dakota Phillips comes out to talk with the lefty. Just give him a quick word as he hands him the baseball. Scott's gone at least 6 innings in his last 3 starts. A 167 batting average against. 16th best out of all pitchers in the Frontier League. He's not allowed more than 4 hits in any of his starts all season. Readies and the 1-0. Fastball high. 2 balls and no strikes to Vierling. He's had a couple starts with some command issues. He's also dealt with some blisters on his throwing hand. A couple different starts this season that have in part led to some of those command problems. 2-0 home. Inside, 3 balls and no strikes. Scott, a little frustrated, walks off the back of the mound and looking off onto the horizon as he receives the baseball back from Phillips. Vierling will call time. 3-0 count to Vierling. 2 on and 1 out in the top of the second. 1-0 Otters. Scott kicks and throws. Fastball right down the middle. 3-1. 26 pitches for Braden Scott. Here in the top of the second, looking to get out of a mini jam. The Otters leading 1-0. Pitch home from the southpaw. High ball 4. Breaking ball missed up. And the bases are loaded for Gateway in the second. Freeman at third, Stewart at second, Vierling at first. And the lefty left fielder Cole Brannon digs in for Gateway. .230 batting average in 36 games this season for Brannon, who started the season with the Florence Yaws. Still got red batting gloves. First pitch home. Breaking ball sails high, 1-0. Scott looking for his command here in the second inning. 17 walks and 44 and 2/3 innings pitched for Brandon Scott. Did have 7 walks and 1 outing against Florence. Kicks and throws. Inside, 2-0. Seven out of the last 8 pitches for Scott have been balls. 2-0 count to Brandon with the bases loaded and 1 out in the top of the second. Pitch home. Outside corner is strike. A slurve just finding the black, the edge of the right-handed batter's box. Jeffrey Baez, an RBI single for the Otters in the bottom of the first to take an early lead in Game 1 of the divisional series. 2-1. Outside corner, and Scott's worked it back full. Brandon, who certainly looked like he was taking all the way the first 2 pitches, can swing away now. Long look in for Braden Scott. Beige-brown glove up near his jersey. Gets the sign from Phillips. Sets at the belt, sides the shoulders, and delivers. Popped up into shallow left. Coming in is Gary Mattis. Under the baseball, he'll make the catch. And holding firm at third is Clint Freeman. Good throw in from Mattis. And he keeps the bases loaded with 2 away.
Down ninth and catching 6, Alex Hernandez.
Nowhere near deep enough to score Freeman. And Mattis, who has a good arm and left, quickly threw it in to the infield. And you can tell by Freeman's body language, he never had any intention of coming home. So big second out. Bases still loaded. And now the ready catcher, Alex Hernandez, hitting out of the 9-hole, hitting just 175 on the year. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball out of the hands of Braden Scott. Lefty pitcher facing righty batter. 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the second. 0-1. Sails high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Freeman at third, Stewart at second, Vierling at first. Scott trying to escape the jam at the top of the second and keep the Otters in front. The return to playoff baseball here at Bosse. 1-1, swing and a miss. Back to the fastball for Scott. Twirls the baseball in his left hand. Big deep breath as he looks into Phillips. Kicks and delivers. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Braden Scott working his best Houdini act in the second. Strands the bases loaded. Go to the bottom of the second. Otters lead 1-0 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
It's time to see who gets to upgrade to the Ashley Furniture Best Seats in the House. Our lucky winner will get to spend the rest of the game with the best seats. This is a postseason edition. And I'm saying congratulations to Andy Hamilton. Andy Hamilton, come on down and sit in the best seats in the house and enjoy the view for the rest of the game with your feet kicked up. Andy Hamilton. best seats in the house. Enjoy the view. Batting six, the third baseman, number 28, Yomar Reyes.
Welcome back to Bosse Field, bottom of the second inning. Game one of the Frontier League West Divisional Series. 1-0 lead for the Otters over the Grizzlies. Yomar Reyes leading off for the Otters. Took a first pitch strike. The 0-1 inside. 1-1 strike to Reyes from the arm of the righty, Lucas Weinbergs. 2 hits for the Otters. Jeffrey Baez and RBI knock scratching across the first run of the series. So 1-1 make it. Fouled off the right side of the screen and into the Otters dugout. Mostly overcast skies, few last rays of sunshine peeking out behind the clouds with the sun starting to set. It's Thursday night here at Bosse Field. 1-2. Breaking ball misses low. Good eye on the changeup from Reyes. 2-2.
Includes electronic cigarettes. Please don't use those within the seating area. We thank you for your cooperation.
Lights are turned on, but not yet into any effect. 2-2. Slapper right side. Coming in, the first baseman Freeman to field. He'll toss to Weinbergs, who races over to the bag and beats Reyes there, 1 away. Want to make your lawn and landscape look like a field of dreams? Make sure you use 10 Bars Professional Brand products. Pick them up at any of our 3 locations. Beautify the communities we live in and the grass we walk and play on. Well, since 1940. 1 out in the bottom of the second, 1-0 Otters. Gary Mattis steps in for Evansville. Arguably the hero for the Otters of the wild card game on Tuesday. Weinbergs winds home. Misses low, 1-0 to Mattis. Gary had a game-tying RBI single for the Otters in the 4th inning. And then he delivered in the game-winning run for the Otters. The 1-0, chop left side. It's a fair ball over the third base bag. Long throw from third from Stewart in time. What a play by DJ Stewart. It bounced right over the third base bag. Stewart made the throw from in foul territory. What a throw. One hopped into the glove of Freeman, beating the speedy Mattis down the line.
Number 6, George Khalil.
2 quick outs for Weinbergs in the bottom of the second. Bring up George Khalil. 1-0 Otters with the bases empty. Weinbergs winds over the head and delivers a beautiful changeup right at the knees for a strike. 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Sliced right side right at Penner. Second baseman reaches up the glove and makes the catch. Otters go down in order quickly in the bottom of the second. We played 2, game 1 of the FLDS in the West. 1-0 Otters on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
We've got Ada and Owen going to be tossing to our staff here. Best out of 3. Team Orange, Team Blue. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, toss and fish. Who's getting some free popcorn? Where's it going to be ties? Oh, he missed that last one. Ada gets the win. And thanks to both of our competitors.
Welcome back to Bosse Field. At the top of the third inning between the Otters and the Grizzlies, and Braden Scott, what a way to get out of a jam in the second. Freezing. Alex Hernandez looking with the bases loaded to escape a bases loaded jam. There was only one out, and the bases loaded jam started in the second. Scott got a pop out to shallow left from Cole Brandon, and then that strikeout of Alex Hernandez looking to keep the Grizzlies scoreless. Top of the order, Jairus Richards will lead off for Gateway. Lefty on lefty matchup. Scott home. Richards slaps it left side. Diving, the shortstop George Khalil fields it. Throw from his knees. Doesn't stand a chance as it two hops Dakota Quiggle at first. Otters fans like the effort from George, who's tugged the pants down to his ankles. Sliding stop to keep it from going to the outfield, but Richards with great speed, and leadoff base hit in the third, and he is the fastest man in Frontier League history now standing at first base. It's a matter of when, not if, he's going to steal. Scott staring him down, and the first pitch home. A fastball misses high to the ready center fielder Eric Rivera. Jairus Richards breaking the Frontier League single season record. Most stolen bases in a season. 75. 75 out of 88. Three-stride lead at first. Scott staring him down. Now looks home, looks back, a pickoff throw to first, and Richards head first slide safely back into the bag. Otters were in Gateway just last Wednesday when Richards broke the record. Unreal speed. It's helped that he has a lot of fast teammates around him for a lot of double steals. He takes off as the pitch home right down the middle. Throw to second's a good one, but not in time. Richards popping up out of his slide before Skinner can even get the tag on. Really wasn't a bad throw from Phillips, but it did one hop into the glove of Skinner. And you have to make a perfect throw to have any chance of catching Jairus Richards. His first stolen base of the postseason after 75 in the regular season. He's in scoring position with one out. And 1-1 count to Rivera here in the top of the third. 1-0 Evansville. Rivera shows bunt, and it goes foul straight back. Couldn't get the barrel down on it. 1-2. Sun is just set, and the lights are just starting to come into effect past 7 o'clock local time on a lovely evening here in early September from the River City. 1st September with baseball here at Bosse Field. 4 years since 2019. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Rivera strikes out on the fastball and yelling at himself as he walks back to the Gateway dugout. One away. I'll bring up the righty designated hitter Peter Zimmerman. Richards at second. 1-0 Otters in the top of the third. Game number 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series. Scott looks back at second. Skinner dancing behind the bag of Richards, and the pitch home is hit high into the air in right center field. Skinner back in right center. The baseball reaches up and makes the two-handed grab above the head. 2 away. Maybe the train horn of Peter Zimmerman urging him on to swing, but he got way under a baseball. And his train rumbles by. This Thursday evening, there's 2 outs in the third. Well, the train doesn't stop for the playoffs. You got a little peek of playoff baseball for the train conductor on just a two-car train. It's the shortest train I think I've ever seen. Brings up the lefty Clint Freeman. Lefty on lefty matchup in the first pitch home. A fastball on the inside corner for a strike, going 1. Scott trying for a second straight inning to get out of a jam with a runner in scoring position. Richards at second with 2 outs. He's certainly a threat to steal third. The pitch home, swing and a miss. A lot of hacks by the Grizzlies early. 0-2 to Scott. Scott out of the stretch. Takes off a sign from Phillips. Now gets something he likes. Peeks back at second. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Slur falling out of the zone. Strikes out Freeman, and Braden Scott working out of trouble again. It's his 4th German-American Bank strikeout, and he's held the Gateway's potent offense scoreless through 3. Middle of the 3rd, 1-0 Otters on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
It's not just banking. It's community. It's trust. It's finding solutions to reach your goals. It's doing more together. Old National. Your success is everything.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Be Fit by Bob's. Getting fit, healthy, and well. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Be Fit by Bob's.
Back at Bosse Field, bottom of the 3rd inning, Game 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series. Griffin Epstein here on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports alongside our excellent crew led by director Jordan Fisher on a lovely Thursday night from Bosse Field. Brian Rosario will lead off for the Otters in the bottom of the 3rd. Evansville looking to extend a 1-0 lead. Jeffrey Baez, a 2-out RBI base hit in the 1st for the Otters. Braden Scott working around trouble in back-to-back innings, stranding Grizzlies in scoring position. Rosario, last Otter to face Lucas Weinberg's batting number 9 in the order. Lefty batter, the first pitch home, a fastball at the knees for his strike to Brian Rosario. Rosie did not start on Tuesday for the Otters in Schaumburg, so his first appearance here in the postseason. 0-1, hit from left side and well foul, 0-2. Talk about Jarius Richards and all his speed, 75 stolen bases. Brian Rosario finished 2nd in the Frontier League with 51 stolen bases. 0-2. Whale outside into the right-handed batter's box, 1-2. On Sunday at Schaumburg, last game of the regular season, and in Rosario's last at-bat, he reached, stole 2nd to break the Otters' single-season record. 1-2, chops off the bottom of the bat, and right back to Noah Myers for the Otters in the on-deck circle. Breaking Joe Spears' 50 stolen bases in 2011. It was a really special moment for Rosario. Tell how proud his teammates were about him afterwards. 1-2, inside, check swing by Rosario, appeal to 3rd, suddenly held up. Mike Fitcher agrees, 2-2. So many of Rosario's teammates coming up to congratulate him on a quest that he's been on all year long. Break that record. 2-2, hit down the left field line and hooking foul onto the concourse. Sullivan winds and delivers. Chopper right side, down the first base line. Fair ball, gloved by Weinbergs, and he races over the bag and beats Rosario there, 2 away. Well, Weinbergs, after the shaky start, has settled down. He's retired 5 in a row. One away, back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the 3rd, and Noah Meyer to a hard fly out to right. Jarius Richards made a great catch on the track. Rob Myers of a leadoff base hit in the 1st. Weinbergs flutters the glove and delivers. Breaking ball misses low to Myers, 1-0. Now the rookie, Frontier League Rookie of the Year. He was honored before the game here at Bosse Field. Sunday morning, got the recognition from the Frontier League offices. The 1-0. This is low again. 2 balls and no strikes. What a season it's been for Noah Myers. He's the 4th ever Otter to be named Frontier League Rookie of the Year. 2-0 home. Fastball just at the top of the letters for a strike. That certainly looked a little high to me. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nearly every offensive category, Myers finished in the top 10 in the league. And speaking of breaking records, 86 runs scored on the season for Noah. The 2-1 hit right side. It's a fair ball, backhanded by the first baseman Freeman, and he steps on the first base bag. 2 outs. Myers was hoping that ball would bounce foul. The bat in his hands as he took a step down the line. 2 quick outs for Weinbergs here in the 3rd. They'll bring up Ethan Skinder. He has the lone run of the game, based it up the middle, and came around to score on a Jeffrey Baez RBI single. Pitch home. Skinder takes a strike on the outside corner. Myers 83 runs. Broke the Otters single season record for most runs scored in a season. Weinbergs winds the arms above the head and delivers a fastball right down the middle. 0-2. Lights into about 50% effect now. Gray sky is darkening. Game 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series. Just 1 game here at Bosse. Game 2 Saturday night in Sauget, Illinois, and if needed, Game 3 Sunday night. Frontier League Championship Series will start next Tuesday in either Quebec or New Jersey. 0-2 home. Breaking ball misses low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. East will host the first 2 games of the Championship Series, and then the West will get the remainder. It's a best-of-5 Championship Series. The East champion versus the West champion. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missed outside, 2-2. Weinbergs started to hop off the mound towards the dugout, as did a couple of his teammates behind him. Black glasses for Weinbergs under a gray cap. Brown curly hair tumbling out down to his neck. 2-2. Chopped straight back by Skinder to stay alive. Grizzlies gotta love the uniforms they have tonight. Baby blue tops. Grizzly alternate logo, a bat with 2 bears above the bat, channeling the Cardinals logo. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Nasty from Weinbergs. The changeup falling out of the zone, and Skinder way in front of it. Second strikeout for Weinbergs. He's retired 7 in a row. We've completed 3 in game number 1 of the West Divisional Series. 1-0 Otters on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
One shot with 1 pig, and see who goes farthest. Little bro up first. It's Big Piggy. Here we go. Well, it's a little drip. We got a little distance. That might be enough. Let's see. A little assist here now. And it goes backwards. Oh, little bro gets to win. Thanks, guys, for playing the Hickory Pit Stop Flying Pigs contest.
Frontier League Baseball on Flow Sports is brought to you by Old National Bank. Your success is everything. Top of the 4th. Bosse Field here in Evansville, Indiana. 1-0 Otters over the Grizzlies. Game number 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series. Expected a good pitcher's duel tonight between Braden Scott, Lucas Weinbergs, 2 pitchers that have had excellent second halves of the season. It's delivering so far. Just 1 run for the Otters in the bottom of the 1st. They had 2 hits. Jeffrey Baez a 2-out RBI base hit. Braden Scott has worked around some trouble. Leadoff hit in the third. Jarris Richards reached scoring position. Bases were loaded with one out in the second. Scott escaped the jam unscathed. Face the ready Andrew Penner to lead off the fourth, and Penner takes the first pitch, strike at the letters. What a season it's been for Andrew Penner. The former Evansville Otter played 66 games with the Otters in 2021. 0-1. Breaking ball inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hitting 334 in the regular season, with 5th best in the Frontier League. 127 hits, that was 4th best in the league. 1-1, fouled straight back right off the mask of Phillips and into the Otters dugout. And we got the arm of Dak. He's flexing out that right arm and stand back up, but still in some pain. Mandy Flagg and the Otters athletic training staff staying in the Otters dugout. 1-2 count to Penner. Lead off the top of the fourth. It's 1-0 Evansville. Scott out of the windup. The pitch lined hard into right field, but right at Jeffrey Baez. 2 steps back, reaches up the glove and makes the catch. Head high. Seen some hard hit balls tonight, but they've been right to defenders. One away, and it brings up the ready third baseman, DJ Stewart. 1-0 Otters in the top of the fourth. Scott sidesteps and throws. Stewart hammers it foul, well right. 1-0. Otters' first home playoff game, as we mentioned here, since 2019. Otters 16-13 playoff games at Bosse Field this year. Evan the Otter is certainly happy to get to have another game here at Bosse. 0-1, sails outside, 1 ball and 1 strike, when the Otters' regular season home schedule ended all the way back on August 27th. No one was sure if they would see Otters baseball again until maybe next spring. Getting a taste of the postseason. The 1-1 grounded right side past Skinder and into right field. Base hit, DJ Stewart. Stewart bangs one through the 4-3 hole into right.
Shortstop,
And the Grizzlies have a runner at first with 1 out in the fourth as it brings up the shortstop, Mark Vierling. Vierling, whose older brother Matt plays for the Detroit Tigers. 282 on the season. First pitch home, sails high, bounces off the glove of Phillips and back to the dirt. Stewart will stay put at first. Grizzlies having some chances here in the top of the fourth, but honestly wonder if the Otters, now that they got past the 1-game wildcard game, if they have an advantage here tonight. Grizzlies might be a little bit rusty. 0-1, fouled straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike. As mentioned earlier, Grizzlies haven't played since Sunday. 3 days off. Unusual, haven't had that long off since the All-Star break. While the Otters, more of just a typical Monday off. Played Tuesday, yesterday off, and now back here on Thursday. A little bit more in rhythm possibly, especially offensively. Scott steps off, throws back to first, and Stewart steps back on the bat. Now the West last year, Schaumburg won the wildcard game over Evansville and then took both games from Washington to move right on to the championship series. 3-stride lead at first for Stewart. Scott giving him a long look. Stewart takes off the pitch right down the middle for a strike, and on the glove-to-hand transfer, Stewart bobbles, or Phillips, I should say, bobbles it. Stewart safely in without a throw to second. So another runner in scoring position for the 3rd straight inning for Gateway. So 1-2 count to Vierling with 1 out. Scott out of the stretch, looks back at second. And the pitch. Lined right side and out of play. It was a big win, obviously, on Tuesday for the Otters. Keeps their season alive, but just for the franchise, too. Evansville had lost 9 playoff games in a row, going all the way back to 2017. It was just a monkey on the back of Evansville that they needed to erase. Another 1-2 home. Lined into left center field. Mattis racing back, looking up. It's over his head and bouncing all the way to the wall. Stewart will come home to score from third as the throw's relayed in. Standing up is Stewart to score. We're tied at 1. Mark Vierling, a RBI double to the left center gap. Gives the Grizzlies their first run of the series. Vierling coming through with a hard hit ball. Bounced just in front of the warning track in left center. The Grizzlies, after falling just short of scoring anybody in the first 2 innings, have a run across in the 4th to tie it. Bring up the lefty. Cole Brandon was still 1 out, and Vierling now at second. Scott winds home. Foul straight back off the top of the screen. Of course, the Otters, while they've lost 9 straight playoff games before their win on Tuesday, Gateway, just a big deal for them to be back in the playoffs. They haven't been here since 2012. The first winning season this year since 2014. A 1 popped up behind home plate. Dakota Phillips doesn't know where the ball is. I don't either. It's bouncing off the roof, I believe. Somewhere behind home plate, maybe out onto the parking lot. 0-2 count to Brandon. Well, the second time ever these two teams have matched up in the playoffs. Have to go all the way back to 2003, the last time Gateway and Evansville faced off in the postseason. It's a championship series. Grizzlies swept the Otters. 0-2. Fouled straight back off the mask of Phillips. Brandon just stays alive with the foul tip. Grizzlies have tied proceedings at 1 here at the top of the 4th for Bossy. Scott peeps back at second and delivers. Fouled again back, and Brandon doing a nice job keeping this at bat going. 56 pitches and counting for Brandon Scott. Just the top of the 4th inning. Otters bullpen has been terrific for Evansville. Certainly was against Schaumburg. But here's the 0-2. Misses low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gateway obviously has played 1 less game than the Otters so far in the postseason. They're going to have the better rested pen. Tim Holgrafer, the Otters ace, didn't have his best stuff on Tuesday in the wild card game. Only lasted 4 innings. Scott looks back at second, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Slurve strikes out Brandon, and Scott finally wins the long battle. 5th German-American big strikeout for Brandon Scott. There's 2 away. Brings up Alex Hernandez. Ready catcher was struck out looking with the bases loaded back in the 2nd. Scott trying to keep it tight as we go to the 5th. The Otters offense, after a quick start, has gone quiet. First pitch home, swing and a miss. A big fastball, 0-1. Lucas Weinbergs has retired 7 in a row for Gateway after allowing a run across in the 1st. Lights pretty much into full effect. This night has descended here on the River City. 0-1. Flying right side, out of play. Scott sets and throws. Fouled straight back into the mitt of Phillips. Foul tip right into the catcher's mitt. Brandon Scott with his 6th strikeout of the night. Gateway does tie the ball game. Stewart a base hit. Mark Vierling an RBI double. We're tied at 1. Middle of the 4th on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
It's time to show us your best smiles. The Paramount Dental Smile Cam. Over 300,000 members trust Paramount Dental. Based right here in the Hoosier state of Indiana, Paramount Dental we welcome you to Game 1 of the 2023 Frontier League Division Series. Best of 3. Catch all of the Frontier League postseason action on FloSports, the official streaming partner of the Frontier League. Visit EvansvilleOtters.com for links to watch and subscribe for all the playoff content. The catcher, number 7, Dakota Phillips.
It's a party as Dakota Phillips leads off for the Otters in the bottom of the 4th inning, tied at 1 in Game 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series. Waka Waka Flame playing a few more times here at Bosse Field. Dakota Phillips, Grove Street Party, his walk-up song. It's been as long as he's been here at Evansville, 4 years. Longest tenured Otter on the active roster. He takes the first pitch strike from the righty Lucas Weinbergs. Righty pitcher facing lefty batter. Otters just trying to find some base runners against Weinbergs now. Haven't had one since the first. The 0-1 popped up left side, racing over is Brandon from left, but he'll watch it get out of play and off the top of the tent down the left field line. One run on 2 hits, no errors for the Otters. One run on 4 hits, no errors for Gateway. Mark Vierling an RBI double tying the game for the Grizzlies. 0-2, popped up left side again. This could be playable. DJ Stewart racing over at the warning track and runs out of room as it bounces right on the other side of the fence. A couple kids are going to get a souvenir. Well, one of them is. The other 2 kids are walking away disappointed. Oh, 2 to Phillips. Weinbergs winds over the head and delivers. Chopped right side. Stays fair. Phillips keeps the at-bat going. Weinbergs has been efficient, too. Just 49 pitches here in the 4th inning. Very quick 1-2-3 innings after Jeffrey Baez with an RBI single in the first. Another 0-2. Outside on a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll have our first check of the Frontier League out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by WJPS 107.1. New Jersey and Quebec playing in the East Divisional Series. Kicking off in Augusta, New Jersey today. 1-2. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Phillips doesn't like the call. Looking back at Mike Weinstein with some words of concern. The top outside corner, right on the black if it is a strike from Weinbergs. His 3rd strikeout of the evening. Just one away as it brings up Jeffrey Baez. Takes into the right-handed batter's box. He had the RBI single for the Otters in the first. Pitch home, swing and a miss. They're just in the bottom of the first in New Jersey because they had a rain delay of an hour and a half in northwestern New Jersey. The 0-1 misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. At the bottom of the first, no score yet between New Jersey and Quebec. Also a best-of-3 series in the East, and then the 2 winners of these 2 series playing the championship series starting next Tuesday, either in New Jersey or Quebec. 1-1, hit hard right side and foul past Billy Easley, the Otters' first base coach, and bouncing over the Otters' bullpen and all the way up into the stands. One-two count to Baez. Weinberg's trying to retire 9 in a row. Pitch home, fouled straight back. Weinberg's had the Otters number in his last outing. Complete game shutout against Evansville 2 Tuesdays ago. Running a run across, but he's looked more like himself over the last 3 innings. 1-2 home. In the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had some good moments the first half of the season. Otters hit him well. One time they saw him in early June, but really since the All-Star break, Weinberg has turned into a different pitcher. 2-2. Lined into right center field. Racing over Rivera. Back, looking up. It's over his head and off the base of the wall. Bobbled in center. Baez going to try for 3. Here comes the relay. Not in time. Triple Jeffrey Baez. He's a big man, but he can run. Baez had 5 triples in the regular season, and a postseason triple to put the go-ahead run 90 feet away in the bottom of the 4th. Brought this playoff crowd to their feet here in Evansville. Over the head of Rivera, and he bobbled it for a second before he picked it up, and the relay stood no chance. Lefty Kona Quiggle stands in, and the first pitch home, a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Infield is in for Gateway. 3 of the infielders with their toes on the grass. Freeman at first playing a few strides back at the back. 0-1 to the lefty. Popped up, left side in foul territory, drifting out of play. Baez at third with 1 out of the bottom of the 4th. The Otters trying to retake the lead after the Grizzlies tied it in the top half of the inning. Weinberg's out of the stretch. Kicks and throws. Fouled straight back. Quiggle just stays alive. Oh, 2 home. Line into right center, down, base hit. Baez scores, Otters take the 2-1 lead. Rivera at center will throw it in. Kona Quiggle delivers to give the Otters the lead back. (2-1) Evansville, the bottom of the 4th. Man, what a start to the postseason for the Otters veteran and all-star Jeffrey Baez. 2 hits, 2 RBIs on Tuesday in the wild card game, as Nick Kennedy, the Grizzlies pitching coach, is going to come out to have a word with Weinbergs. But Baez, the 2 hits, 2 RBIs on Tuesday in the wild card game. Today, already 2 hits, a single and a triple. Now a run as well. Meeting the moment, no doubt about it, for the veteran in his 12th year of professional baseball and his 3rd with Evansville.
We have the Play Against Sports replay.
Kona Quiggle, a fastball right over the heart of the zone. Crushed it into right center to score Baez and give the Otters the lead back. 61 pitches for Weinbergs. He got retired 8 in a row before the triple by Baez. Quiggle falling with the singles. Then Kennedy walks back to the Gateway dugout. Bring up Yomar Reyes. Brady, third baseman, with Quiggle at first. 1 out in the 4th. Otters lead 2-1. Weinbergs twirls home. Swing and a miss. Fastball up from Weinbergs. 6 straight quality starts for Lucas Weinberg. 7 straight outings, going at least 6. The Grizzlies have won 6 of his last 7 starts. 0-1. Breaking ball misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Former Missouri Tiger, played 3 years in Columbia. Only a couple hours away from Sauget, Illinois, where he plays now outside of St. Louis. 1-1 pitch. Quiggle takes off. Swing and a miss by Reyes. Good throw down to second. Out is Quiggle. Beautiful throw by Alex Hernandez behind the plate. And Quiggle tagged out on the foot by Vuerling, the shortstop. That couldn't have been a more perfect throw. Just to the right of the bag, on the money. Just like that, 2 outs. And Weinbergs is a strike away from escaping the inning. Winds the arms over the head and the pitch. Outside, 2-2 to Reyes. 4 hits apiece now for both sides. 2-1 Otters lead in the bottom of the 4th. Game 1 of a best-of-3 West Divisional Series. Two-two pitch. High chopper left side. Playing it back on a hop. Veerling, the shortstop gloves, throws to first, and beats Reyes by a step. It's the 4th inning, but the Otters retake the lead. Jeffrey Baez a triple, and RBI base hit by Coda Quiggle. After 4 innings played tonight, 2-1 Otters on the Evansville Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Fans, don't forget, this is a postseason edition of a Thirsty Thursday. Don't forget you can take advantage of those deals. And have you seen Evan the Honor around lately? Make sure you tell him hello when you do. Evan's excited to see all of our fans for Game 1 of the Frontier League Division Series here this evening. And Evan also encourages you to visit Heritage for all of your banking needs. Heritage, a proud sponsor of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Bossy Field. Top of the 5th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Otters over the Grizzlies. Run apiece for the Otters in the 1st and the 4th. Grizzlies, RBI double by Mike Veerling in the 2nd. Their lone run. Pitchers duel, low scoring, close game. It's what we're expecting really all series. At least low scoring here at Bossy Field. Grizzlies ballpark, one of the more hitter-friendly parks in the league. Expecting probably more runs there when the series sifts to Sauget, but Evansville, historic Bossy Field in its 108th year of existence, so often generates low-scoring, exciting pitchers duels. That's what we have so far tonight. Brandon Scott back on the bump, top of the 5th, top of the order for Gateway. And Jarris Richards leads off. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Richards had a base hit back in the 3rd, popped down in the 1st. Lefty-on-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Check swing by Richards, but a strike anyways. Nasty slurve catches the outside corner. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Richards. Talked about his incredible season. Only Grizzly named to the postseason awards list for Gateway. All Frontier League postseason outfielder. Unbelievable season. Choked up a little bit on the bat as the 1-2 home swing and a miss. An ugly chase and a slurve way outside of the zone. Brandon Scott with strikeout 7 of the night. It's been a lot of swings and misses by Gateway, and they have been struggling to find which way the baseball is going out of the hand of Scott. The slurve has so much nasty movement. Really outside of the 2nd inning where it got into, Scott had a few command issues. Grizzlies looked awfully confused. First pitch home to the ready. Eric Rivera misses inside, 1-0. Rivera 0 for 2 today. 1-0 home. Sails high. 2 balls and no strikes. Scott's 8th start with the Otters. Started the 2023 season with the Vancouver Canadians, single A affiliates of the Toronto Blue Jays. 8 appearances north of the border. 2-0. Fastball outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Back in Evansville for his second year. Started his career with the Otters in 2021. Fresh out of graduating from Indiana University. And then signed by the Blue Jays in February of last year. 3-0. Taken all the way right down the middle. 3 balls to 1 strike. Very comfortable here at Bosse Field. It's his 6th start out of 9 this season here at home. 3-1 home. Hit hard and high into right field. Jeffrey Baez back, plenty of room to spare, reaches up the glove and makes the catch. 2 outs. 2 away, nobody on. Brings up Peter Zimmerman, the big righty designated hitter.
30, Peter Zimmerman.
Every game, Braden always has family in attendance, always seems like with some Braden Scott shirts. Merchandise, whether it's for the Hoosiers or for the Otters, and today, of course, no exception. Seen a few of his family members here. As the first pitch home to Zimmerman, misses inside, 1-0. Scott looking for a 1-2-3 fifth. 1-0 to Zimmerman. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Been such a good guy for the Otters, too, to have in their locker room with some minor league experience, vocal leader. A 2-0. Fastball at the top of the zone, 2-1. He knows how to win championships. He won a Big Ten championship in 2019 with the Indiana baseball team. Trying to get his first of the professionals here in the Frontier League. Out of the windup, the 2-1. Flied high in the air into left. Gary Mattis coming in under the baseball and makes the grab. 1-2-3 in the 5th for Braden Scott. He's retired 5 in a row. Middle of the 5th, Otters lead 2-1 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Cruise into summer with a boat or jet ski loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union. Then live it up with no payments for 90 days. So rock the boat or jet ski and create some waves. Go to Heritage Federal. We're here for you.
Hit the open road this summer with the motorcycle, RV, or ATV loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union. Then live it up with no payments for 90 days. Don't let the summer speed by you. Go to Heritage Federal. We're here for you.
Frontier League Baseball on Flow Sports is presented by Working Distributors Evansville. Bottom of the 5th, it's 2-1. Otters over the Grizzlies, Game 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series. Big, loud crowd has watched a tense pitcher's duel so far between Gateway and Evansville. 4 hits apiece for both sides. Not a lot of base runners for the most part. Lucas Weinbergs and Braden Scott have both looked strong, but you have to think a pitcher's duel in the Otters' favor. Evansville led the division, the West Division, in pitching this year. Gateway led the West Division in offense in pretty much every offensive statistic. So the Otters playing their style of baseball so far. Evansville will look for a little more offense here in the bottom of the 5th. The ready Gary Mattis will lead off against Lucas Weinbergs. Weinbergs winds home, pitch home. This is inside. Check swing by Mattis. Appeal to first. He held up 1-0. Slow crouch in the batter's box for Gary Mattis. High blue socks with white pants curled up just below the knees. 1-0 pitch. Taking it low. 2 balls and no strikes. He always has gloves in his back pocket. A little superstition. Blue gloves. 2 blue gloves poking out of his pocket. 2-0 pitch. Misses low again. 3-0. Similar to Braden Scott, he's been a big addition for the Otters. Guy that was an affiliated ball, now coming back to Evansville for the second half of the season. There's 2 RBIs on Tuesday for Evansville in the wild card game. 3-0, taken all the way on the inside corner, 3-1. Finished the regular season, 19 starts, 225 batting average, 7 stolen bases. Ready on ready matchup. The 3-1 home. Oh, inside, and Mattis backs out of the way. The first walk of the night for Weinbergs. His command's been excellent. Haven't even been a lot of counts that have gone to 3 balls, but well behind Mattis there, 3-0. First free pass of the evening. Mattis with great speed at first. 7 stolen bases in 19 games of the regular season. Brings up George Khalil. Khalil flied out to the second baseman Penner in his first at bat. Mattis a 3-stride lead at first, and the pitch home. Khalil shows bunt and fouls it down the third base line. That was a tough pitch to bunt. It was in on the hands, and Khalil tried to avoid being hit too and kind of pulled back the bat. Problem is now the secret's out. Khalil decides to bunt again. DJ Stewart is standing 3 steps onto the grass at third. He's ready for another one. Khalil not showing bunt at the moment now as Weinbergs peeks over his shoulder at Mattis at first. Hines over to first, pick off throw, and Mattis head first slide back into the bag safely. 2-1 Otters in the bottom of the 5th. Evansville trying to get halfway to the Frontier League Championship Series for the 4th time in history. First pitch sails high. Mattis down to second. He's out. What a throw again by Hernandez, and Vierling swipes the leg of Mattis. Alex Hernandez playing a big part of this baseball game. He's thrown out 2 Otters stealing now. Both 2 terrific throws. You couldn't ask for anything better from the Grizzlies catcher. After would he bunt, would he steal? Hernandez erases all the questions, and now there's 1 out. Khalil fouls the 1-1 away, 1-2. Khalil will call time and reset the batting gloves. 2-1. Otters over the Grizzlies in the bottom of the 5th. Lucas Weinbergs having a strong night, and Alex Hernandez behind the plate throwing out 2 runners. 1-2. Popped up again right side by Khalil to stay alive. Weinberg's pitch count at 75 now. Won 120 though against the Otters. That complete game shutout a week and a half ago. Gateway's bullpen is quiet. If there is an Achilles heel to the Grizzlies, it might be their pen. 1-2. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Very well rested, though. They have a few good arms. I'm not sure they have the depth that you'd see from the Otters bullpen, which arguably is the best in the league. 2-2 home. Hit left side. Grounder to the shortstop, Vierling. Long throw to first in time. Good stretch by Freeman. Vierling's momentum taking him towards left field. Long throw, and Freeman at first showing off some gymnastic moves. 2 away. 2 outs. Brings up Brian Rosario, the Otters' designated hitter. Rosie grounded out. Back in his first at bat, back in the 3rd inning. Vierling winds and delivers. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike, going 1. Inky black sky now, lights in full effect on this Thursday evening. Announced crowd of 1,500. Watch the first playoff game in 4 years at Bosse. The 0-1, fastball on the inside corner, 0-2. Rosario will call time. Evansville will hope to have some more playoff games. A win here today makes that halfway there to that possibility. Wouldn't be until a week from Friday, The 0-2 outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. First 2 games of the Frontier League Championship Series next week will be Tuesday and Wednesday, September 12th and 13th. West will host the final 3 games of the series over the weekend, starting on September 15th. 1-2, chopped left side and foul, and Rosario stays alive. Otters win, and they have to feel great about their chances going to Gateway. A loss. It's going to be awfully tough to take both at Grizzlies Ballpark. 1-2, misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gateway, they're a different team at home than they are on the road. 38-14 at home. They only lost 2 home series all year. 21-23, though, away from Grizzlies Ballpark. 2-2. Hit right side and foul. Rosario showing good fight here to keep the 5th inning alive. Grizzlies, a very small ballpark, just 205 down the right field line. And Steve Brook, the rest of the Grizzlies organization, just done a great job building a team that's really well suited for their ballpark this year. Rosario fouls another away left side. This is a way for the Otters to work up the pitch count for Weinberg. Evansville did a good job of this on Tuesday in the wild card game. And when they got to the Schaumburg bullpen, that's when they scored their 2 go-ahead runs in the 8th inning. 2-2 home. Again, chopped right side. It's a fair ball right over the first base bag. Glove by Freeman. First baseman steps on the bag to retire the side in the 4th. A walk, but Matt is thrown out, and Weinberg faces the minimum in the 5th. 2-1 Otters after 5 innings tonight. Game 1 of the Frontier League West wildcard game on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Jace over on third base side. We're going to do 10 times in the dizzy bat competition, and then the contestants are going to try to build a sub, hand it off to one of our staff members, and then win a prize from Jersey Mike's. Here we go. Ready, set, and spin. 10 times around with the dizzy bat. Leland over here is giving that bat to business right now. But is he going to have enough to stand up and build a sub? He is building the sub. We got both. Oh. Poor Jace over there still spinning that bat. Here we go. The sub is built on the first base side. Hand it off to winner, Leland. And the only way to top the sub is a real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to do it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. Now located at 939 North Parkhurst Road in Evansville.
Welcome back to Bosse Field. 5 innings complete. 2-1 lead for the Otters over the Grizzlies. 4 hits apiece, no errors. It's been a clean ball game. It's been a tight ball game, and not a lot so far to separate these 2 teams to decide the winner of the West in the Frontier League Best of 3 series. Game 1 here at Bosse. Braden Scott, a terrific night for the Otters on the Otters pitcher on the mound. He'll face the lefty Clint Freeman. 4, 5, and 6 for Gateway in the top of the 6th. Lefty on lefty matchup. Scott turns and delivers. Freeman swings and misses. A nasty slur from Braden Scott. It's his 76th pitch of the night. 5 innings work for Scott. Allowed just 4 hits on 1 run, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. 0-1. Lined into left field. Mattis back, still going back, reaching up, and makes the catch as he falls to the ground. That was an awkward play by Gary Mattis, but the ball in the mitt, that's all that matters. I don't know if he tripped or he felt he needed to go to the ground.
Second
Ball that carried on him on a warm and still evening. He's going back, reaching up over his shoulder. Kind of fell awkwardly back, but held onto the baseball. So the crowd wasn't sure whether to applaud or not. So one away, and it brings up Andrew Penner. The righty takes a strike down the middle. Baseball, as it is in many sports, doesn't matter if it's pretty, it matters if you get it done. I guess gymnastics, you got to be pretty. There is points for style in gymnastics. The 0-1 misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Most other sports, though, there aren't points for style. Certainly not in the playoffs. It's just all about winning. However you find a way to do so is good enough. The Otters did that on Tuesday to keep their season alive in a comeback win. 1-1 grounded left side over is Yomar Reyes. Third baseman to glove it, throw to first. Beats Penner by 2 steps. 2 outs. For landscape design that is truly unique, look to locally owned Wild Horticulture. Whether you need a team to design and construct a large-scale landscape project for your business, or looking to create an epic backyard retreat complete with plants, water, and light installation, the experienced team at Wild can take your ideas to the next level. You've likely seen their creative work all over town. 2 outs, nobody on for DJ Stewart in the top of the 6th. It's 2-1 Otters. Scott home. Stewart swings and misses a hefty hack as he stumbles out of the batter's box. And Wild Horticulture has the skills and resources to deliver inspiring spaces and bring your ideas to life. Have a project in mind? Find them on Instagram and at wildspaces.com. Lefty pitcher facing righty batter. 0-1. Check swing on another slurve inside. Stewart went around. 0-2. Grizzlies are really having a hard time with the slurve out of the hand of the Hoosier lefty Braden Scott. 0-2 to Stewart. Out of the windup, the pitch. Lined right side, look out. Grizzlies' first base coach hopping out of the way of a ball right at his feet. Some friendly fire from DJ Stewart. Another 0-2 coming. Scott delivers. Swing and a miss. Braden Scott letting out a scream. He's been brilliant. 6 innings. Just 1 run, 4 hits allowed against the top offense in the West. Middle of the 6th, game 1 of the Frontier League West wildcard game. Otters 2, Grizzlies 1.
Time for the dance cam, brought to you by Drake's. We need everybody to get up and dance. 1, because it's the postseason, but 2, because Drake's is your go-to for 24 beers on tap, big burgers, and the freshest sushi in all of Evansville. Visit Drake's at 1222 Hirschland Road or at drakescomplay.com. Now let's dance. I can't hear you, Otter fans. Make some noise. Top of the order to you for the Evansville Otters. And our Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game. The center fielder, number 9, Noah Myers.
2-1 lead for Evansville over Gateway in Game 1 of the West Divisional Series. Low scoring type battle. Lucas Feinbergs and Brandon Scott giving us an excellent pitcher's duel tonight here from Bosse Field. Top of the lineup, Noah Myers leads off for the Otters against Feinbergs. Righty fires home. A fastball on the inside corner for his strike, going 1. Myers at the top of the order for the Otters is 0 for 2 today. The Frontier League Rookie of the Year. 0-1. Grounded left side, hard hit right at the third baseman. Stewart spins around 360, throw to first, one away. Pretty play, DJ Stewart. Such a smooth fielding third baseman. He was playing a few strides over to his right, a light shift on for the lefty Myers, who went the other way with it. Stewart didn't miss one beat. One out, brings up Ethan Skinder. And a base hit in the first, came around to score the Otters' first run of the game on a Baez RBI base hit. First pitch home, a fastball misses low for a ball. Jeffrey Baez has been the heart of the Otters' offense today. He had a triple in the fourth. Kona Quiggle brought him home with the go-ahead RBI single. That's all the Otters runs. 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. Only one run for Gateway against a electric performance so far by Braden Scott. 8 strikeouts in 6 innings. DJ Stewart had a single. Mark Vierling brought him home with an RBI double in the fourth. 1-1, chopped up the middle off the end of the back glove somehow by the shortstop Vierling, but his throw nowhere near in time to get Skinder as an infield base hit. Not hard hit at all off the inside of the bat. Got enough of it over the second base bag. Really a nice play by Vierling to give the Grizzlies a chance, but his throw not in time to get Skinder as a 2-hit night. So Ethan at first with 1 out. It brings up Otters lefty all-star catcher Dakota Phillips, who's 0 for 2. Dak scored the go-ahead run for the Otters in the 8th on Tuesday night against Schaumburg. First pitch, swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt, quickly picked up by Hernandez. Skinder will get back to the bat. Otters are going to be cautious to steal now. Alex Hernandez has thrown out both Otters runners attempting to steal a base. Otters bullpen is still quiet. This is Braden Scott's game right now on the bump. Feinberg steps off, pickoff, throw back to first, gets by the first baseman Freeman. It rolls into foul territory. Skinder will race down to second before Freeman can retrieve it. That's always the risk of pickoff throws. He's throwing one past the first baseman. And there's no one backing up there either, especially here at Bosse with expansive foul territory. Ball can get by the first baseman. That can even mean 2 bases at times. Feinberg didn't throw it very hard, but it just trickled under the glove of Freeman. So Skinder in scoring position. Hernandez out to have a quick word with Feinberg. He's likely to mix up the signs with the runner at second. And Gateway's going to start getting an arm up in the bullpen. Ready side armor going. Grizzlies have a couple of those. The numbers are not easy to read on the Grizzly jerseys, as much as I enjoy the baby blues. It's a navy blue number with some white on the back. Let's see if someone else maybe for me can get a number. My eyes aren't that good. 0-1 grounded by Phillips, right side, backhanded by the second baseman. Penner tosses to first to beat Phillips by 2 strides. 2 away, Skinder does move to third. And it brings up the hottest Otter, Jeffrey Baez. A ripple of excitement through the crowd. RBI single in the first, a triple over the head of Rivera in center in the fourth. He has 4 hits over the first 2 games of the postseason. First pitch home, swing and a miss. Baez trying to send that one all the way to Kentucky. Feinberg's pitch count. It's his 93rd pitch of the night. Could be his last inning of work. Trying to complete a quality outing here in the playoffs. High set and the 0-1. Fastball again right at the knees. 0-2. Feinberg's at the chest. Kicks and throws. In the dirt. Good stop by Hernandez with the chest. Alex Hernandez, great work behind the plate tonight. Second-year rookie from Pembroke Pines, Florida. And a throw. Grounded left side over third baseman Stewart. He gloves it, throw across the body to first, beats Baez. And the Grizzlies escape unscathed in the sixth. Skinder gets the third, but Lucas Weinberg's a gem of a night. He completes a quality start. 6 excellent innings, holding the Otters to 2 runs and 5 hits. Get into the business end of baseball. The Frontier League West Frontier League West divisional game here from Bosse. Otters 2, Grizzlies 1 on the Otters Digital Network and FloSports.
Your business is ready. Ready for change, ready for growth, ready for movement, ready for what's next. Let's help you get there. Old National, your success is everything.
Cruise into summer with a boat or jet ski loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union. Then live it up with no payments for 90 days. So rock the boat or jet ski and create some waves. Go to Heritage Federal. We're here for you.
Hit the open road this summer with the motorcycle, RV, or ATV loan from Heritage Federal Credit Union. Then live it up with no payments for 90 days. Don't let the summer speed by you. Go to Heritage Federal. We're here for you.
To the final 3 innings of playoff baseball at Bosse. Game 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series between the Evansville Otters and the Gateway Grizzlies. It's 2-1 Otters. Thrilling pitching duel so far between Braden Scott and Lucas Weinberg. Griffin Epstein here on the Otters Digital Network and FloSports. By our director Jordan Fisher. Tense evening of baseball. Only get more nerve-wracking here to get to the latter stages of the night. Mark Vierling leads off, showing bunt for Gateway. Pulls it back in the first pitch from Braden Scott. Misses inside. It's the 88th pitch of the night for Scott. His season high is 110. His last start at home in late August against Florence. Out of the windup, the 1-0. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Vierling. Otters bullpen has been Evansville's strength all season. They were electric against the Boomers in the Frontier League wildcard game on Tuesday. Here's the 2-0. On the inside corner, a strike, 2-1. Otters bullpen in 5 innings against Schaumburg on Tuesday allowed just 1 base runner, and it was an infield base hit. 2-1 home. Breaking ball outside, and Scott hops off the mound in a little frustration there, missing his spot. 3-1 as Vierling will call time. And with that, the Otters bullpen is going to start getting moving. Everyone off the chairs, and we'll see who gets up to start throwing first. 3-1, line straight back in a full count. Scott can finish the 7th here. The Otters would have it lined up perfectly with their setup man, Kevin Davis, who's been untouchable over the last month, and their closer, Jake Palancic. Payoff home. Sails high, ball 4. Scott swirls around the mound. Again, missing his spot. Just his 2nd walk. Leadoff walks can be dangerous. Vierling aboard all 3 times today. 2 walks and an RBI double in the 4th. Nice night for the shortstop from St. Louis. Brings up Cole Brandon. Lefty left fielder 0 for 2. A fly out and a strikeout. It's Kevin Davis who's starting to soft toss for the Otters in their bullpen. Lefty on lefty matchup. Pitch home. It's a bunt down the line. Burying it by Reyes. He'll throw to second in time for the out. What a play by Yomar Reyes. A quick bunt laid down by Brandon, but the third baseman read it quickly. Barehanded off the hop halfway in between third and home. And if you're going to go to second, you got to make it decisive, and Reyes did. Gets Vierling 1 away. Brandon will replace Vierling at first with 1 out. Gateway, a little bit of a surprise to me. They're going to pinch hit here for Alex Hernandez. Now, Hernandez has not had a good season at the plate, but he's just been so terrific behind the plate, throwing out 2 runners, making some good stops. A little surprised Steve Brook taking him out of the game. But they'll go with their other catcher here to pinch hit, and Willie Estrada, who's been better with the bat, .259 batting average on the year. First pitch home to the righty, chop left side. Reyes over to glove it. Third baseman throws to second for 1 to first, not in time. But the second out of the inning for the Otters, and I'd say that pinch hitting appearance did not pay off for Steve Brook. Estrada on the very first pitch, chopping it to Reyes, who gets the force at second. So 2 outs. It's now Hernandez at second, replacing Brannon. Back to the top of the order, and the lefty Jairus Richards. 2-1 Otters, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Scott likely an out away from completing a brilliant playoff start. Lefty on lefty matchup. Scott sets and throws. The slurve misses high, 1-0. Davis starting to intensify his warm-up in the Otters bullpen. One-0 home. Swing and a miss. Nasty slurve again from Scott. 1 ball to 1 strike. The Hoosier native, Braden Scott, grew up in Indiana, went to school in Indiana, now playing his professional baseball here in Evansville. 1-1. Slurve on the outside corner, 1-2. And Scott's best pitch, and the Grizzlies have not been able to hit it all night. Richards twirls the bat, now waggling it above his shoulder. Scott ready at the belt. Kicks and throws. Runner takes off. It's fouled straight back. Defensive swing by Richards. Just got the tip of the bat on the ball. Estrada will have to head back to first. Scott sets. Kicks and fires. Just high, 2-2. Scott thought he had him. Turned around to look up in the sky in shock as Mike Weinstein didn't ring up Richards. Two. Popped up high in the air. Into right. Out is Skinner. In is Baez. Skinner racing back. Reaching up. Baez reaches over him and makes the running grab. Oh my goodness. Skinner trying to make an impossible catch. Jeffrey Baez, a standing ovation from the crowd as he comes in. Soared over Skinner and made the sprinting grab to end the inning. We'll stretch it, Bossy. It's 2-1 Otters as we go to the bottom of the 7th on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
I don't care if I never get back, and we'll root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Nicely done. Let's get some more runs.
Frontier League Baseball on Flow Sports is presented by Bud Light. New pitcher into the ball game for Gateway in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 2-1 lead for the Otters over the Grizzlies. Gateway will go to the bullpen first. Alec Whaley, the new arm in for the Grizzlies. He's been used more than anyone else in the Gateway bullpen this year. His 56th appearance of the season, 2.91 ERA, 1-1 record. Whaley's had a terrific year, side armor righty, in his second pro season out of Murray State. 51 strikeouts, just 11 walks. Just a really tricky arm to face for the Otters. He pitched an inning and 2/3 scoreless, the only time the Otters saw him last week at Grizzlies ballpark. Kona Quiggle will lead off for the Otters. Lefty batter takes the first pitch, strike on the outside corner from Whaley. 2-1 Evansville, bottom of the 7th. The Otters trying to take game 1 of the best of 3 West Divisional Series. Whaley on the right side of the rubber, delivers home. Quiggle grounds it foul right side. Kevin Davis continuing to warm in the Otters bullpen. Braden Scott's night likely done. What a night for the Hoosier native Scots. 7 excellent innings, holding the Grizzlies to just 1 run and 4 hits. The best offense in the Frontier League West. He's shut down tonight. 0-2. Outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the Otters. 1 run on 4 hit, 1 error for the Grizzlies. 1-2 home. Swing and a foul tip, just bouncing out of the glove of Willie Estrada. I was just about to mention. He's taken Alex Hernandez's place behind the plate. Estrada pinch hitting for Hernandez in the top half of the inning. Long look in out of the stretch, even though nobody on for Whaley. Comes set and deals. Swing and a miss. Change up falling out of the zone from Whaley. 1 away. Bring up Yomar Reyes. Righty third baseman is 0 for 2 today. Check the WJPS 107.1 Frontier League out-of-town scoreboard. Quebec and New Jersey. Divisional series in the East. They're tied at 1 in the top of the 5th. First pitch to Reyes, swing and a miss, 0-1. That game delayed by an hour and a half due to rain in New Jersey. Jackals are the home team. They are not hosting, though, at Hinchliffe Stadium. They're playing the game at the Sussex County Miners Stadium, Skylands, which is about 45 minutes or so outside of Patterson, where the Jackals typically plays. Reyes takes outside, 1-1. New Jersey Stadium Hinchliffe being used by the school district for high school sporting events now that school is restarted. 1-1 home. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike to Reyes. 1 game in New Jersey in that series, and then Saturday in Quebec, Sunday if needed in Quebec. Whaley at the belt. 2-1 home. Grounded up the middle. To the right is the second baseman, Petter to glove. Throws to first and gets Reyes by 2 strides. 2 quick outs for Alec Whaley out of the Grizzlies bullpen here in the 7th. Trying to keep it a 1-run game into the 8th. Little to separate these two tonight. A run in the 1st, a run in the 4th for the Otters. Gateway briefly tied the game with a run in the 4th. Gary Mattis ready will come to the plate. Whaley, a la Craig Kimbrell style, leaning all the way down towards the dirt to get his sign. He's going to step off here before his first pitch. His back goes 90 degrees. Arm almost hitting the dirt as he looks in for the sign from Estrada. Comes back up straight and fires home. First pitch outside, 1-0 to Mattis. It's a funky motion working out of the stretch for Whaley with big long look in, even though nobody on, and this half-arm arm slot. It's a lot going on, though, for a hitter to try to figure out. Pitch comes in, inside, 2-0. I feel like you don't typically see starters that vary the arm slot much. But the advantage of varying the arm slot for a batter, it's a lot harder to read. And when you're only facing them for an inning or so, and right out of the bullpen, it's a lot trickier. 2-0, change up, falls into the left-handed batter's box, and Mattis ahead 3-0. Evan Davis ready to come in for the Otters in the 8th. Davis worked a 1-2-3 inning for Evansville on Tuesday night in Schaumburg. Whaley at the belt, the pitch, right down the middle, 3-1. Game 2, Saturday night, 7:05, Grizzlies ballpark. Colin Sullivan for Gateway will get the start. The Otters still yet to decide on who will start for them on Saturday. 3-1 home. Inside, ball 4. Mattis has his second walk of the night. Nice start to the postseason for Gary Mattis. He's at first with 2 outs. That brings up the Otters shortstop, George Khalil. Khalil 0 for 2 today. Pop out on the infield and a ground out. And Grizzlies pitching coach, Kennedy, slowly walking out to the mound to talk with Whaley with the runner on, and the Grizzlies will start getting another arm lift. Steve Brook, Nick Kennedy, their strategy as a staff, they don't like to bring in relievers for long periods of time. They'll rotate a lot of guys in and out of the game. It's a rotating door in the bullpen. Not unusual for the Grizzlies to use 2 different guys in an inning. Nate Garco just starting to toss in the Grizzlies bullpen as Whaley tries to finish the 7th year for Gateway. Tight, low-scoring ball game to decide Game 1 of this West Division Series. Otters trying to get their 2nd straight win to start the postseason, move 1 win away from the championship series. Whaley ready in the first pitch home, a fastball on the outside corner to Khalil, taking all the way, 0-1. Garco still that same Craig Kimbrell-like motion. Staring in the sign from Estrada, steps off, pick-off throw to first. Soft throw, Mattis head first slide back into the bag with that attack. Oh, 1 from Whaley. Popped up high in the air right side. Racing over Jarius Richards near the foul line. Coming in, the second baseman, Penner, and he dropped the baseball. That was a similar spot that the Otters and Baez made a great catch on to end the top half of the inning. This time it was the second baseman, Penner, though, who got to the ball first. And trying to reach over his shoulder, couldn't make the catch. It popped out of his mitt. It was a tough play, too. Otters' bullpen was standing up right behind him. Had some bodies in the way almost as he was trying to make the catch. Tough play for Penner, but Richards and Wright had an easier look at it. Couldn't get there in time. So Khalil gets a mulligan. 0-2 again. Swing and a miss. Whaley strikes out Khalil on a fastball, keeps the Otters scoreless in the 7th. To the 8th we go. Kevin Davis coming in for the Otters. It's Evansville 2, Gateway 1 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
We've got a couple of guys getting ready to hammer it out for bragging rights in a playoff game on historic Boston Field. Tyler in red, Eric in blue. Best 2 out of 3. You ready?
1, 2, 3, Super!
Yeah, they're sizing each other up right now. Oh, there you go. Eric with the first one. All right, we might have time for one more. 3, 2, 1, Sumo! And down he goes again. Eric is your winner. Thanks, guys, for participating. If you need to get some of that velvet ice cream, hopefully we can get you some right behind the third mix concession.
Otters call the bullpen. 66, Kevin Davis in to pitch. The battery Davis is on the mound. Phillips flying the plate. The battery is powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery.
Top of the 8th inning of the Frontier League West wildcard game, 2-1. Otters over the Grizzlies. Kevin Davis, the first arm out of the Otters bullpen, makes 6-9 ready from Orland Park, Illinois, has had a fantastic season. 41 appearances in the regular season, a 139 batting average against, was 6th best in the league, held a 1.98 ERA. Continue that success into the postseason on Tuesday night against Schaumburg, worth the 8th inning. Right after the Otters took a 1-run lead and needed just 10 pitches for a 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout. Has not allowed a run since July 40th. July 40th. There's not 40 days in a month. July 30th, 19 1/3 straight scoreless. Eric Rivera, the righty, leads off in the first pitch. Home. A little too much adrenaline from Davis over the glove of Phillips, and back to the backstop. It's 19 1/3 straight scoreless for Davis over 16 appearances. 78 strikeouts in the regular season, which was tied for the most of any pitcher in the Frontier League that never made a start. Rivera will dig back into the right-handed batter's box. 1-0 count to the ready center fielders, 0 for 3. Davis on the first base side of the mound delivers. Fastball outside, 2-0. This takes a big deep breath, glove on his hip. Scrapes at the dirt above the rubber. Settles back in to look for the sign from Phillips. Two-0 pitch. Fastball at the letters, 2-1. Quebec has taken a 2-1 lead. They're still in just the bottom of the 4th in New Jersey. Game 1 of the East Division Series. It's a long, late night there in Augusta, New Jersey. 2-1 pitch. High again. 3 balls to 1 strike to Rivera. Davis's only outing against Gateway last week. He went 2 2/3. Now just 1 hit, no walks, 6 strikeouts. High set for the 6'9 righty. Kicks and delivers. Fastball right down the middle. It's worked it full to Rivera. Payoff pitch home. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Rivera started to walk to first. He has some heated words with Mike Weinstein, the home plate umpire, as he goes back to the Grizzly dugouts. 1 out in the 8th. Braden Scott struck out 8 batters. That's the 9th Grizzly to strike out today. Brings up Peter Zimmerman, the all-star designated hitter, batting righty, 0 for 3. Right-handed Davis home. First breaking ball we've seen of the night, a changeup at the letters for a strike, going 1. Fastball 95-96 for Davis. Mix in a changeup occasionally. 0-1 home. Lined up the middle, diving Skinder past his reach into center. Base hit Zimmerman. That's power on power. One of the biggest power hitters in the league, Zimmerman.
First baseman, 7, Clint Freeman.
21 home runs. Just needed a way to get on base. And barreled that one up into center. Skinder was shaded over. Gave it all he could. First hit for the Grizzlies since the 4th inning. Zimmerman at first. Not much speed for Zimmerman. 1 out in the top of the 8th. Brings up the lefty Clint Freeman, who's 1 for 3. Davis nods and delivers. Swing and a miss. Change up inside. Freeman was all turned around. Davis out of the stretch. High set. Nods and delivers. Well outside. Phillips out of his crouch into the right-handed batter's box to keep it from going back to the backstop. The adrenaline is flowing tonight, no doubt about that, for every single player on the diamond. Some of the biggest games they've played in their baseball lives. Trying to march one step closer to a professional championship. 1-1 home. Popped up high in the air left side and heading out of play. 1-2 to Freeman. Freeman 1 for 3 today and a base hit back in the second. Helped deliver one of the highlights of Gateway's season, a 2-run walk-off home run against Evansville a week ago just from yesterday. A walk-off home run in the 9th, or in the 7th it was, against the Otters. 1-2, swing and a miss. Davis to the changeup in the dirt, strikes out Freeman, 2 away.
Second baseman, 2, Andrew Penner.
4 outs away from an Otters victory. Brings up the former Otter Andrew Penner, the ready second baseman, 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a groundout. Ready on ready matchup with Zimmerman at first. Davis home, fouled straight back. Former Otter Penner also provided some heartbreak for Evansville. He walked off the Otters in the second game of that doubleheader just over a week ago, Grizzlies ballpark. Walk-off hit and a sudden death tiebreaker. Davis nods, kicks, and throws. Change up inside. Penner backing out of the way of it. 1-1. Zimmerman at first, 2 outs, top of the 8th, Otters 2, Grizzlies 1. 96 games of a long season, all leading to tonight. Zimmerman will take off, the pitch home is high, Phillips throw to second, Skinner's tag just late. Who would have expected that? Peter Zimmerman with a stolen base. I don't think the Otters were expecting that. He had 12 stolen bases in the regular season, but don't look at him. He's 6'3", 225. Think of him stealing bases, but out of nowhere. Takes second. Good throw by Phillips. Skinner's tag just late. Phillips a quick word with Davis to mix up the signs now with a runner at second. 2-1 count to Penner, the tying run in scoring position. Gary Mattis is warming up his arm, doing some arm circles in left field if the ball gets to him. Pitch home. Line straight back. 2-2. Davis and the Otters away from taking the lead to the bottom of the 8th.
Make some noise.
Two home. Poked foul right side and over the roof.
An overhead foul ball brought to you by Hess Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
Penner trying to keep the inning alive, tie up the ball game. Davis and the Otters trying to move 3 outs away from a victory in the first game of the divisional series. Davis sets. He throws. Fouled straight back. Davis looks back at seconds. Another peek back, and the delivery. Line into center, racing in, Myers will play it on a hop. Sent from third is Zimmerman. Here comes the throw, it's not coming. Bobbled in center by Myers. Gateway has tied the game. The former Otter Andrew Penner with a single up the middle. Myers bobbled the ball in center to eliminate any chance of a play at the plate. It's 2-2. With 2 outs and 2 strikes, Andrew Penner delivering. And Max Peterson, the Otters pitching coach, out to talk with Davis. That last out, that last strike, always so elusive. And the winners of the West Gateway not wanting to go into a hole and having to win both games at their own place this weekend. Find a way to scratch across a run in the 8th. The hit by Zimmerman up the middle. He stole second unexpectedly. And Andrew Penner coming through with an RBI knock. Bring up DJ Stewart, the righty. Max Peterson back to the dugout. And Davis back on the bump trying to keep the game tied at 2. Ready on ready matchup. Davis home. Swing and a miss. Changeup falling out of the zone, 0-1. Gateway has another righty starting to warm in their bullpen. 0-1 pitch. Chopped up the middle, racing over his glove, the shortstop to glove it. He'll flip to second for the force, not in time. Khalil flipped to Skinner for the force. Could have looked to try to go to first. Could not get the throw in time to the bag as Penner slid in before the throw, got into the glove of Skinner. Wow. Well, the go is a base hit for Stewart, and the inning continues. Go-ahead run in scoring position, 2-1 and 2 out, and Mark Vierling the righty to the plate. Davis home. Vierling takes inside 1-0. Vierling has been the best Grizzly at the plate today. 2 walks and a double. The Otters bullpen is going to start getting loose again. Davis looks back at second and the 1-0. Fastball high. Vierling nodding his head. 2 balls and no strikes. It's Leone De La Cruz, the Otters lefty reliever, starting to warm up in the bullpen. Two-0 pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Vierling taking all the way. Penner is at second. The go-ahead run for Gateway. Stewart at first. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 8th. Tied at 2. Two-one from Davis. Fouled straight back. And the Otters and Davis. And out away again. From getting out of the 8th. Two-two home. Grounded right side, diving Skinner, he gloves it, spins around, throw to first, not in time. Coming on to score from third is Penner. Grizzlies take the lead. Skinner got to it, but all the way out in right field. It would have been a spectacular out, but his spinning throw to first wasn't in time, and Penner never stopped rounding third. The throw home well late, and Gateway has played it 2 in the 8th to take a 3-2 lead. Mark Vierling, what a day. The RBI base hits. Brings up Cole Brannon, 2 on, 2 out. First pitch to Brannon outside, 1-0. Stewart at second, Vierling at first. 4 singles by Gateway here in the 8th inning to take the lead. One-0 home. Inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zimmerman a single. Penner brought him home with an RBI base hit. DJ Stewart chopped one to Khalil, who elected to toss to second. And it wasn't in time for the force out. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball up 1-2. And Vierling grounding one right side. Skinner couldn't get to it to the right field grass, and his throw was not in time. It would have been a spectacular play. Not a lot of hard hit balls, at least not the last two singles for Gateway. But they found a way to take a lead here in the 8th inning. 1-2 home. Popped up left side and out of play.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction.
Otters will have 9-1 and 2. Rosario, Myers, and Skinder coming up in the 8th. First pitch of the inning for Davis. Look back at second, and the pitch. High, 2-2. Four hits allowed here in the 8th by Davis. That's more hits than he's allowed in any outing all season. In his 42nd appearance. 2-2. Popped up left side, out of play. Long at bats by Gateway, fighting and clawing. Penner fouled off numerous pitches before his RBI single to tie the ball game. Still a 2-2 to Brandon. It's 3-2 Grizzlies in the top of the 8th. Davis home. High, full count. Estrada, pinch hit back in the 7th, on deck for Gateway. Payoff pitch home. Fouled straight back. Another payoff pitch coming. Davis sets, kicks, and throws. High, ball 4. And the inning continues here in the 8th. The base is loaded for Gateway. They have a chance for more. Jarvis Richards is a lefty. He's on deck. The lefty, Leone de la Cruz, warming. The righty, Estrada, coming to the plate. And that's going to do it for Davis. So sharp all season. Here in the playoffs, the Gateway Grizzlies find a way. 4 singles and a walk to take the lead. And Davis can't finish the 8th inning. Leone de la Cruz coming in for the Otters with 2 outs and the bases loaded. 3-2 Gateway, top of the 8th in the Frontier League West Divisional Series Game 1. The Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Evansville called the bullpen. 29, Leone de la Cruz in to pitch. The battery, de la Cruz is on the mound. Phillips behind the plate. It's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 North Taylor Road or 812-475-9000. Tell them, same from the Otters sent you.
Back at Bosse Field, top of the 8th inning, 2 outs, bases loaded for Gateway. They've scored 2 to take a 3-2 lead. Leone de la Cruz, the lefty all-star, into the ballgame for the Otters. 3.24 ERA on the season, 41 2/3 innings pitched. He made 39 appearances in the regular season. Pitched a strong inning against Schauberg in the 7th on Tuesday. His only base runner allowed an infield base hit, struck out 2, ended up earning the win. Lefty with a devastating slider to face the righty. Willie Estrada. First pitch home. Slider on the outside corner for a strike, going one. Stewart at third, Vierling at second, Brandon at first, 2 outs. 4 straight Grizzlies have reached, 3 singles and a walk. Otters were a strike away from getting out of the 8th with the lead intact. 0-1. Popped up high into the air. Dakota Phillips, the catcher, looking up, finds the baseball and makes the catch. Few steps in front of the Otters dugout as Estrada fouls out to Phillips, and De La Cruz enters to help the Otters escape without more damage in the 8th. The Gateway Grizzlies low take the lead. Andrew Penner fouled off numerous pitches before tying the game with an RBI base hit. And then Mark Vierling has done damage all night with the go-ahead RBI knock. 2 runs come across for Gateway, and they take the lead here in the top of the 8th, 3-2. Well, it's the AZIP Legends Pizza Race. Will stay on here. William Henry Harrison, Benjamin Bossi, and FJ Wright racing in a postseason edition of the Legends Race. Harrison is having a rough time. He's falling behind. It's FJ Wright in a lead over Bossi. They increase their speed as they're into the stretch. Bossi trying to get around Wright. FJ Wright with the stride lead. Here comes Bossi, and it is Wright who holds on. FJ Wright will win the Evansville Legends AZIP Pizza Race. Postseason edition means a little bit more, and while William Henry Harrison won the regular season, FJ Wright will take the playoff edition of the Legends Race. Back on the diamond, it's 3-2 Grizzlies over the Otters. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Gateway will make a call to the bullpen. Nate Garko into the ball game for Gateway. Garko on the season, 3.80 ERA, 7-2 record, 41st appearance of the year, 47 in the 3rd innings, pitched 60 strikeouts, just 18 walks for Garko. Alec Whaley worked the 7th, worked around a walk out of the bullpen for Lucas Weinbergs, and now it's Garko to try to keep the Grizzlies in front. 2 in the 8th for Gateway to take the 3-2 lead. Garko pitched a couple times against the Otters. Give up a run in either of his last 2 appearances against the Otters, combined inning and 2/3. Inning and 2/3, struck out 4 of the 5 batters he got out, allowed 2 base runners on a hit and a walk. Otters will look to rally now in the bottom of the 8th. They rallied in the 8th on Schaumburg, against Schaumburg on Tuesday night, scoring 2 to take the lead and win a do-or-die wildcard game. Switch hitter Brian Rosario, batting lefty, leads off for the Otters. Pitch home from Garko. Fastball high, 1-0. Rosario is 0 for 2 today. Top of the order for the Otters coming up after him with the Frontier League Rookie of the Year, Noah Myers. 1-0. High again, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, if Rosario can get on, he's a huge weapon with his 51 stolen bases in the regular season. Another righty is warming in the pen for Gateway. 2-0. High again. 3 balls and no strikes. Jake Polancic, the Otters closer, is starting to stretch in the Otters bullpen, but not throwing. Garko nods, kicks, and delivers. Inside corner. It's on the board with the strike. 3-1 to Rosario. 5 hits today for the Otters. A run in the 1st, a run in the 4th. 3-1. At the letters for a strike, and Garko's worked it full. Garko out of the windup, has the sign, payoff home, high ball 4. Rosario works the walk, and the tying run aboard in the form of one of the fastest men in the league. And Nick Kennedy, Grizzlies pitching coach, is going to walk right out and have a word with Garko. 51 stolen bases in the regular season, breaking an Otters single season record for Rosario, 51 of 59. See how long Garko lasts. New righty in the bullpen for Gateway. It's Brian Eichhorn, second-year rookie righty. Noah Myers coming up. Imagine some of the conversation here for Gateway, how they're going to approach Myers. He is 0 for 3 today, 2 groundouts and a flyout. Myers, the Frontier League Rookie of the Year, as we mentioned many times, just had a special season for the Otters. .322 batting average in the regular season, 114 hits with 8th best in the league, 64 walks, 8th best, .438 on base percentage, 5th best in the league. His biggest at bat here of his pro career. Free stride lead at first for Rosario. Pitch home. Fastball right down the middle, 0-1. Grizzlies middle infield shaded over, Veerling the shortstop. Only about 2 steps to the left of the second base bag. Stewart, the third baseman, shifted over into a closer shortstop position, but on the edge of the grass. Garko steps off. High throw back to first. Rosario head first slide back in. Freeman didn't even apply the tag. Lefty Myers facing the righty Nate Garko. Otters trail 3-2 in the 8th. Pitch home. High, 1 ball and 1 strike. Garko, when he's missing, is missing up. Fastball, slider, changeup, 3-pitch mix for Garko. Second year as a pro. Started his pro career with Sioux Falls in the American Association last year. 1-1 home. Breaking ball right down the middle. 1-2. Pretty changeup. Myers' forte all year has been not striking out. Nothing else. Want to advance Rosario the tying run to second. Garko out of the stretch, sets at the belt and delivers. Rosario takes off, pitch outside, throw to second is not in time. It was not the best jump for Rosario, and a good throw by Estrada. Gateway does not like the call. Steve Brook is furious. I don't think that Veerling got the tag down, though, on Rosario before he got to the bat. At first look, it looked like the right call to me, but certainly a bang-bang call from Mike Fichter. Steve Brook animated, as is DJ Stewart, who was standing right over there, too, to watch. Stewart is putting his arm around the shoulder of Jim Shaley and trying to explain himself. A massive call in this ball game, and Brian Rosario safe at second, a tying run in scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. And Willie Estrada is going to walk out and have a word with Nate Garko. The Grizzlies took out Alex Hernandez. Estrada pinch hit for him back in the 7th. Hernandez had thrown out 2 runners. It was a good throw from Estrada, though. A bang-bang play at second gets Rosario in safe to second. So a 2-2 count to Myers. Meeting done. Garko back ready on the bump. Big deep breath. Looks at seconds. And the pitch home. Line into right, back to second baseman. Penner over his head and down, base hit. Rosario is set. Here comes the throw. Rosario is out. What a throw from Jairus Richards in right field. Rosario out for the first out of the 8th. A rocket of a throw by Richards, and it was not close. Estrada tagging out Rosario before he could even get to the bag. So it brings up Ethan Skinder. Myers at first with 1 out, and still a 3-2 Gateway lead. Garko home. Skinder takes high 1-0. Myers certainly could look to steal now. He had 41 stolen bases in the regular season. What a sequence in the last 2 minutes. 3-2 still Gateway, bottom of the 8th, game 1 of a best-of-3 divisional series. 1-0, popped up by Skinder on the infield. Second baseman Vierling fighting the lights, called off by the second baseman Penner, who makes the catch on the edge of the center field grass. 2 outs. And Steve Brook is walking out to take the ball out of Nate Garko's hand, and Brian Eichhorn is going to come in for Gateway. Two outs. Myers still at first. Brian Eichhorn coming in. Nate Garko out. High drama, game 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series. We'll be right back on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports. Back at Bosse Field, game 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series between the Otters and the Grizzlies. Back and forth, full of drama. 2 runs in the 8th for Gateway to go ahead. They're trying for the last out of the bottom of the 8th. They bring in the righty Brian Eichhorn, who's been brilliant for them this season. He leads the team with a 1.74 ERA and 22 appearances, 20 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed just 4 earned runs on the season, 36 strikeouts to 11 walks. Eichhorn coming off a scoreless outing against Lake Erie. His last 2 outings against the Otters last week, both scoreless, did walk 2 in 1 outing, but had 2 strikeouts and didn't allow a run. He'll face the lefty Dakota Phillips, the Otters' 4th-year catcher, 0 for 3 today. Noah Myers at first with 2 outs, and Evansville trailing 3-2. Brian Rosario thrown out at the plate, what would have been the tying run for the Otters earlier in the inning. Myers takes off. The first pitch home is high. Throw down to second is another good throw, and out is Myers. Estrada on the money. Vierling throws him out, and just like that, the inning over. Gateway has thrown out 3 of the 4 Otters trying to steal today. We go to the 9th. Gateway 3, Evansville 2 on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
She's guessing 2. So we'll say 2. Hey, congratulations. Oh, here we go. Yeah, she's got it playing. Here we go. He's in 3. He's in 2. Now he's in 1. Keep her on 1 as we shuffle them up. Is it 1, 2, or 3? 2. It's 2. Thanks for playing, everybody. The Holy Moly Shuffle is brought to you by Indiana 811, a free service. Thank you for being policy damage into the underground utilities. Midwest Flow, call 811 or visit 811now.com on these 2 full working days for every digging project.
Welcome back to Bosse Field. Top of the 9th inning of the Frontier League West Divisional Series. Game 1, 3-2 Gateway leads. Look at the upcoming schedules for these 2 squads. Game 2 will be Saturday night at Gateway, 7:05. First pitch from Sauget, Illinois, outside of St. Louis. If necessary, Game 3 will be Sunday evening, also at 7:05. And then the winner of this Series will take on the winner of the Quebec-New Jersey Series in the Frontier League Championship Series starting Tuesday, either at Quebec or New Jersey. Jairus Richards will lead off the top of the ninth for Gateway. Leone de la Cruz got the last out of the 8th inning for the Otters. He will remain out on the bump. Jake Polancic, Otters closer, is starting to warm up in Evansville's bullpen. Lefty on lefty matchup. The first pitch home, a slider at the top of the letters for a strike, going one. What a crazy 8th inning. Gateway scores 2 runs in the 8th, courtesy of 4 singles off the nearly untouchable Kevin Davis, who hadn't allowed a run since July. The pitch from De La Cruz misses outside, 1-1. The Otters had a chance, a great opportunity to tie the ball game in the bottom of the 8th. 1-1. Foul tipped off the top of the mask of Phillips. Back towards the backstop. Brian Rosario had a leadoff walk, stole second base on a tight call at second that made Gateway unhappy. Myers drove one to right. Rosario, one of the fastest runners in the league, but Jairus Richards with a bullet to throw home, and Richards was out, or Rosario make it out by a mile. Myers would eventually be thrown out, stealing to end the inning. The Otters will try to come from behind in the bottom of the 9th, hoping it's still a 1-run game. 1-2. Breaking ball outside corner, strike 3 called. Oh, that's just not fair from De La Cruz. Front door slider in the lefty on lefty matchup. Looks like it's going to miss behind you, and all of a sudden comes all the way around into the strike zone.
Center fielder 3, Eric Rivera.
1 away, and it brings up Eric Rivera. Righty center fielder 0 for 4 today. Otters in the bottom of the 9th. Out of the order, 3-4-5 coming up. Dakota Phillips, Jeffrey Baez, and Kona Quiggle. De La Cruz home. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike, going 1. Still a lead for the Capitales over the Jackals, 2-1, top of the 5th in New Jersey. Game that was delayed for an hour and a half due to rain. 0-1. Popped up high in the sky, down the right field line. Quiggle, first baseman, giving chase. The warning track reaches up, can't make the catch. Quiggle ran into the fence. It bounced just outside of his reach and off the base of the fence. Any other field in the league, that ball is well out of play, but here at Bosse, a chance for Quiggle. Just couldn't get there. Gateway has an arm warming in their bullpen for the bottom of the 9th. It's the side armor, Josh Lucas, veteran closer for the Grizzlies. 0-2 home. Grounded right side. Skinner a few steps in at second, gloves it, throws to second, 2 away. 2 quick outs for De La Cruz here in the 9th. Peter Zimmerman, the righty, will come to the plates. Started the Gateway rally in the 8th with a base hit. Andrew Penner, maybe the biggest at-bat of his life, fouled off numerous pitches with 2 strikes before lining one up the middle to score Zimmerman to tie the game. And then Mark Vierling would later have an RBI base hit to score Penner, the go-ahead run for Gateway. First pitch to the righty Zimmerman, a slider inside, 1-0. 1 run in the first for the Otters. Gateway briefly tied in the 4th with a run. Otters entered back with a run in the 5th, but then the 2 go-ahead runs for Gateway in the top of the 8th. 1-0 home. Fouled straight back, 1-1. Off the base of the roof. Back onto the field. Four saves on the season for Josh Lucas. He's warming up in the Grizzlies bullpen. One home. Fastball at the knees, 1-2. Otters have won just 2 games this season when trailing after the 8th inning, 2-35. Need to do so if they're not to fall into a hole in this divisional series. 1-2 is hit hard and high into left. Back is Mattis looking up. It's off the wall. Mattis picks it up, will throw to second. Zimmerman standing in safely with a stand-up double. He hammered that ball off the bottom of the left field wall. Gateway thought it might have been a home run off the bat. Never easy to hit a ball out here at Bosse. That ball's probably out at Grizzlies ballpark. Gateway now a runner in scoring position at a huge insurance run. Clint Freeman will come to the plate. De La Cruz will work out of the stretch now. Glove up near his face as he peeks over for the sign from Phillips. Facing the lefty Freeman. De La Cruz looks back at second and the pitch home. Slider outside, 1-0. Freeman 1 for 4 today, single back in the second. Home. Chopped right side, softly hit down the line, coming in Quiggle to glove it, tosses De La Cruz. He tags out Freeman to end the inning. Oh, that was scary for the Otters. Softly hit ball, took a while for Quiggle to get to it, and De La Cruz was late to cover. He wasn't going to make it to the bag, but he was able to tag Freeman before he got to the base. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Otters. 3-2 Gateway. Game 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series on the Otters Digital Network and Flow Sports.
Heading to the ninth, call the bullpen, Gateway Grizzlies, 15, Josh Lucas, in to pitch. Barry Lucas on the mound, is struck behind the plate. That's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs to be Answer Auto Repair East, 2319 Oakwood Road, 812-475-9000. Tell them, same from the Otters sent you.
Bottom of the ninth. Game 1 of the Frontier League West Divisional Series, a best of 3. The Otters trying to desperately not have to win both at Gateway to keep their season going. They're going to need a come-from-behind win in the ninth, and they're going to have to try to do it against a former big leaguer, Josh Lucas, who's played in the pros with both St. Louis and Baltimore. And the D-backs and Oakland organization as well. Comes in at the bottom of the ninth to try to get the save. 4 saves on the season, 2.84 ERA in 21 appearances and 31 2/3 innings pitched. Big ready to face the lefty Dakota Phillips. First pitch home, Phillips fouls it away. It's Phillips, Baez, and Quiggle for the Otters. Phillips is 0 for 3 today. Lucas pitched once against the Otters last week. 2 innings, allowed 1 run, though it was unearned. 1 hit and 3 strikeouts. Sets at the belts and comes around from the side. A fastball high, 1-1. Fastball, cutter, slider, changeup, 4-pitch mix for Lucas. His first year with Gateway. They're starting the season in the American Association. Right arm dangling by his side. Black belt sets below the belts. Pitch home, fastball high again. 2-1 to Phillips. Jeffrey Baez, who's had a big night, a single and a triple, drove in the first run of the game for the Otters and scored the second run of the game for the Otters. On deck. 2-1 home. Breaking ball inside. Check swing by Phillips. Appeal to third. He held up. 3-1. Otters trying to get the tying run on base and bring the walk-off run to the plate. Otters do not have a walk-off at Bosse Field this season in 49 home games. 3-1. Grounded right side and foul. And a full count. Garco working out of the stretch, though nobody on. And Lucas make it. The former big leaguer home. Breaking ball outside, ball 4. A breaking ball just missed, and the tying run on base. The big power bat of Jeffrey Baez comes to the plate. RBI single in the first, tripled to center in the fourth. Baez second on the Otters this season with 16 home runs, though he has just 1 homer since July. Righty on righty, power matchup. Lucas home. Baez taking all the way a strike. Gateway 3 outs away from win number 1 in the first game of the Frontier League Divisional Series. And mean the Grizzlies would only need to win 1 game and have 2 chances to do so at their place this weekend to move on to the Frontier League Championship Series. 0-1, swing and a miss. Breaking ball out of the zone. Kona Quiggle, who's 1 for 3 today, righty on deck. All-star third baseman righty Yomar Reyes could follow. Oh, 2 home. Fastball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Baez reapplies the mitts. Steps back into the batter's box, taps the outside of the plate. 1 check swing, rests the bat above his shoulder. Pitch home, popped up high into the air down the right field line. Long run in for Richards. Coming in, reaches up and makes the catch. That ball was dying quickly and right, but Jarris Richards, who made one of the plays of the game for Gateway, throwing out Brian Rosario, tried to score the tying run at the plate in the 8th. Makes the catch, 1 away in the 9th. Brings up Kona Quiggle, lefty first baseman, 1 for 3 today. An RBI single to give the Otters the lead in the 4th. Pitch home. Breaking ball on the outside corner, 0-1 to Quiggle. Oh, 1 home. Hit high in the air to right. Back is Richards. It is gone! Otters win! Otters win! Otters win! In 49 regular season games, no walk-off at Bosse Field. In the first home playoff game in 4 seasons, Kona Quiggle walks it off, and the Otters are halfway to the Frontier League Championship Series. The moment of his life for the kid from Phoenix, Kona Quiggle, a walk-off home run, and the Otters take Game 1 of the Frontier League West Championship Series. A moment to never forget at Bosse Field. Kona Quiggle, 12 home runs in the regular season. He found his power in the second half with 9 homers since the All-Star break. The biggest swing of his life, a moonshot to right off the back wall of Bill